Well, good morning, hope you're all doing well. So today we're going to go and investigate a new castle, and one I've actually passed numerous times on the road before. It's quite a ways away, so we're going to go and explore that today, see what we can make. There's a nice, quaint little village in there as well, so let's go and see what we can make of it. So, good morning from a lovely, beautiful Warkworth, and it's somewhere I've passed for years and years as I went back and forward from Northumberland, and it's just such a beautiful little village, absolutely fantastic. And today obviously we've got this sort of dappled sunlight because we've got showers moving through. But what I thought I'd do today is I really wanted to photograph the castle. Now I'm not sure whether it's going to be possible because it's still quite busy. We've got a real autumnal feel in the air, and as on my way over here actually I could tell that there's just the trees are just starting to change now, so I think in the next few weeks I'll be able to get out and start photographing some of the woodland areas. But I'm just having a walk around this morning. I've left the camera bag in the van, out the way, and I'm just kind of having an explore this morning to see what's here and see if anything catches my fancy other than the typical view of the castle. But yeah, just a fantastic little area. So I'm just having a little bit of an explore around, see what I can find, and then if I do find something I'll start to walk you through it then. So this is the first shot that really stood out to me as I was walking along this riverbank. I went back and grabbed the camera gear because this shot here really jumped. And what it is obviously we've got this beautiful framing either side of the river, of these bushes either side here, and then we've got the beautiful textured clouds above the castle. Now obviously the castle isn't in full view, but I think there's enough of it to draw enough interest from the shot. So I've got myself framed up. I'm going to take you to the back of the camera and show you what I've got lined up. Hopefully what you should see is I've got this 4:3 aspect ratio lined up, and you can see where my focus point is in just this lower third down here. Now it's just off to the left on the intersection down there, and you can see the composition I've got is like a V-shaped composition. So you've got all these bushes and everything down in the lower section down here, down in this bottom area, and then you've got the castle off in almost in the middle to just above the top third there. Now what I'm trying to do is, I'm just going to grab this shot actually now, just see that the water's just smoothing out just a little now. But what I've actually been doing is waiting for more of the storm clouds to move through, because I think it looks a better scene with more cloud in it. I'm not a huge fan, as you might know, of blue skies, so I really think that when you're photographing like a castle, something like that, you either need some dramatic skies or a nice sunset, something like that to set it off. And this scene just really works for me. I like the trees on either side and everything, but the problem we have today is you've got a lot of wind. There's a lot of breeze, a lot of movement in the trees, so I'm having to use a faster shutter speed to freeze that motion. So I'm at around about a 400th of a second at the minute, f16 at ISO 1000s, and I'm about 3 stops under, and you're thinking, well, that's a heck of a lot to be under. Well, the problem being is I'm trying not to use filters because I don't want to reduce reflections on the water. I want as much of that as possible. And the other thing that I've got there as well is the reason why I'm doing it is because the sky above, you see the white cloud just off in that top left there, that white cloud, it's obviously still quite bright in the sky, and when that's getting hit by the sun, it's lighting it up and it's causing lots of specular highlights. So I'm trying to reduce that and minimize that as much as possible. So I'm shooting 2 stops to 3 stops under to reduce that. Now obviously it's making the rest of the image dark, but I'll do 1 shot for all the foliage and everything to get it nice and sharp, and then I can up that shutter speed again to get a better exposure of the overall image. But yeah, I think this shot's going to really work. So I'm just going to wait around now, wait for more of this cloud to move in, because we're getting a lot more dramatic clouds moving in. So I'm just going to wait around till I get that, and then I'll pop the shot up for you. Now with this next shot, I've actually positioned myself right underneath the castle looking up at it. And I'm doing something I don't ever do. I'm actually shooting black and white, and there's a reason for it. I'm not a huge fan, and I've never been a huge fan of black and white. I really love colouring images. However, when you haven't got a lot to work with, i.e. there's not a lot in the sky, as in dramatic clouds, conditions like that are really helping you, because I feel as though old buildings, especially castles, really benefit from that drama and mood in an image. And when you can't get that, I find, or I have been experimenting with, going black and white, because it kind of darkens everything and gives it more mystery and a more mysterious feel about it. So I think it just works so much better for this sort of scene, especially when you've got this kind of light and you're fighting with it. So in that scenario, I've been using a square crop, pointing up at the castle itself, waiting for any cloud that I do come across, because it doesn't matter so much whether it's bright or dark or whatever, but you're getting that kind of contrast between the two, and shooting up at the castle and getting that shot. And that seems to be working really, really well for me. So simple enough. I'm at 2/50th of a second, f/16, ISO 160, because I'm just wanting to freeze anything that's in this foreground at all, because we have got nettles and things like that blowing around in the bottom. I mean, it's not going to make a huge difference, but I'm just kind of being cautious. And then just grabbing the shot when I get more cloud coming over. But yeah, I think it works really, really well. I'm going to put, there's a colour version and a black and white version, and you'll see the difference between the two, and you'll see what I mean. The colour doesn't really work so much for me because you've got a lot of blue sky, but when you turn it black and white, it makes it more gritty and more dramatic. So I was literally on the way back to the van to head out and go to a different location, and I found this shot here, looking at the church with the framing of the trees either side and a fuchsia bush in front, and I think it works really, really well. Now, the light on it is beautiful as well, and getting nice sort of a warmer, later afternoon light on it, so it's just got a really nice tone to it. So I'm just going to grab that shot now. It's a simple shot. I'm on a roadway, so as you can possibly see, if I just move you out, I'm kind of on a road, so I'm not going to set you up and show you the back of the camera, but I'll kind of try and show you with the Osmo, the back of the camera. You'll see my framing, and there's the church now just striking. So basically I'm just grabbing this shot. It's a square format. I'm at 1/60th of a second at f/16, 250 ISO, and yeah, square format, as I say, square crop, just waiting for the clouds to come through and add a little bit of interest behind there, and then I'm going to grab the shot. I'll try and spin you around, you can see where I am. There you go. If I just point you up, you can see that that's what I'm shooting just back there. So hopefully this shot turns out, and if it does, I'll pop it up next for you. So now that we've shot that, and that was a nice last minute little shot there, we're going to head out, and I'm going to head over to Audiio Castle, because I want to reshoot that. Now, I've been there plenty of times before, but there's a shot down by the river I really want to try again, and maybe one at the bridge where there's two lions sitting either side of a bridge. But I'll show you that once I get down there, and I'm also hopefully going to meet up with an old friend. So let's get going and see what we can see down there. So we've come to Audiio, and I'm with Mr. Andy Gray.
Blessed with my presence.
Well, there you go. You see, we haven't seen each other for ages. So back over homeward again. Yeah. And seeing as we were only about 7 miles away from Audiio, I thought I'd come back over this way and reshoot the castle. because it does look as though we're going to get some light tonight if it doesn't chuff off behind the clouds.
I'm with you, so there's guaranteed to be no light.
Well, you see, jinx.
As I was saying, I came here 3 days last week.
And
Still waiting
nothing.
on seeing some light.
Well, you weren't with me, you see, that's the problem.
You are my good luck charm.
So we're going to head down there, down to the river and see what we can get, and I'll catch up with you in a little while. Oh, I managed to grab a quick shot on that bridge, but I wasn't hanging around to video it because it's busy as hell. And you take your life in your hands, I would say, trying to stand on there all day taking shots. So I didn't want to set you guys up on it because it just wasn't worth the risk. And the light is starting to dip behind these trees now, so I want to head down to the river so that we don't lose the light on the foreground, because it's all very well the castle having light on it, but if there's nothing on the foreground it won't exactly work too well. So I'm going to head down to the river now. I'll pop the shot up that I've just taken. Hopefully it's come out all right, the one from the bridge. I think I took a pano and I also took a closer up shot of the line on the bridge with the castle in the background. So hopefully you like them, and here they are. So I'm going to have to be fast here because the light's disappearing as we speak. Just press record on the back here. You'll be able to see the composition if nothing else, but the sun's about to disappear into a bank of cloud, which I don't think it's going to come back. But what you can see is, when I'm looking through there, is I've got a 4x3 format. We've positioned the castle in between these two trees here. Obviously we've got the reflection in the river itself. And then just before I pressed record, the sun was coming in from the right. And what I was having to do is shade it just in front of the lens because it was just catching a little bit of a lens flare. So I was either getting the filter pouch or just putting my hand up, putting the 2-second timer on and just blocking that flare out because it was just coming in. You were getting sort of bokeh balls coming in from the right-hand side, which didn't look great. But I think I managed to grab the shot before that sun disappeared, so hopefully it should have turned out. Simple enough shot. I've got no real movement in front of me, so I've got about a 50th of a second, f16 at ISO 125. And yeah, it was a simple enough shot. There was not a whole load of cloud up in the sky above, so we've kind of got this bluey, horrible stuff that I don't really like too much, but you kind of got to work with what you have. But what we did have, although there wasn't a great deal of interest up there was plenty of interest down here because there was light illuminating these reeds. Obviously the reflection, the sun coming in from the right was giving a nice sort of glow and adding something to it. So hopefully that turned out all right. It's simple enough. I've lined that up in that middle section of the frame with those two trees on right and left, obviously, and then in the lower section of the frame we've got the reflection of the castle and the reeds in the lower section there. So I'll pop the shot up now for you. I just want to see if I can show you the back of this camera now. It might be quite difficult to see, but hopefully you might be able to see what I'm looking at here. Down in the distance there, the bridge that I was standing on, looking up from the lion there, looking up with the castle. Well, looking back towards it now, if I just spin you around the other side of the camera, you can just see down there, that bridge. And this line of reeds round here follows it all the way around in a curve. You've got the reflection of it in the water itself there. Obviously there's a really thick bank of cloud back there now, so there's no real light, but it's still a really, really nice shot, I think. So I've just set it up 4:3 aspect ratio again. I've just chucked the big long lens on, the 100 to 200, well, the longest I've got. I've popped that on, and I'm right out at 200mm, I think. So I'm at ISO 125 f/16, and it's just a really simple shot, and I think I might have got that before the batteries just died. Yep. Oh no, it's back again. Look at that. So hopefully I've got that shot. Now I've just gone right in close. There's no sky at all. The only little slight niggle I've got is just in there. I don't know whether you can see, just in that left corner, there's a little bit of light sky that's reflecting from above. So I might have to do something with that, either crop in a little bit tighter or just clone it out. I don't know which, but it's a really, really nice shot, and it's just something I noticed as I was looking back the other way. Still kind of hoping that that bank of cloud back there is going to dissipate, or at least move this way, because it looks quite narrow, that bank of cloud, because if you look that way you can see the other side of it. So fingers crossed that we still may get some colour. Only downside to getting colour now is you've lost all the light off the castle itself. However, what you have got down here is a lovely little reflection now. So fingers crossed we might still get something, but if we haven't, at least I've got this. Oh, can you?
I think you can.
Oh, look at that! You know more
You
than I
learn
do.
something every day, don't you?
do.
I'm sure. I don't know whether it's the red button.
Oh, that's recording it, or does it set it off at the same time? Oh, look at that, eh? Wish I'd known that.
Yeah, you should read the manual.
I'm too busy bloody freezing to death. It's gone cold now, isn't it?
Freezing.
Freezing.
As soon as that sun went.
Yeah, there's a bit of red there now. But of course, we had this great bank of cloud which we thought was going to move, and it did. It went that way.
Till the wind dropped, and then it just did stop moving.
Yeah, I mean, it's lovely all the same. I mean, I did get that shot down there, which I really like. I think that's...
Yeah, I stole your idea on that as well.
See? You know what's going to happen?
Who posts it first.
Shall I tell you what will happen? It takes me an hour and a half, an hour 3/4 to get home. By the time I get home...
It'll already be on.
and the video doesn't go out till tomorrow.
Well, you're safe on that front, because I'm not doing video.
Oh, well, there you go then. There you go. Anyway, it's been a cracking day. I've been to Warkworth to go and do the castle there. Mm-hmm. And it was that was bonny. And then I thought, while I was in the area anyway...
Give me a shout.
7 miles up the road, we've got another castle.
Yeah.
Meet up with you, because I haven't seen you for ages.
Good.
And then we'll have to get out again.
I know. Well, we've got the rest of the photography fraternity to put to rights. So.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's definitely for sure. So we'll have to meet up again and get something together. Maybe get Bamburgh or somewhere like that. Or
yeah, somewhere warmer.
I was thinking about going up to... Have you ever been up to... is it Tantalion Castle?
I have. I've been along the beach looking towards it. I've never been up to the castle.
No, I was thinking about going there.
But the beach
sometime.
shot up from there, I've done that before.
Looks like a bonny castle, that.
Yeah, what's left of it. Yeah.
Ruin more than a castle.
Yeah, it's very much a ruin. It's probably a long lens shot from the beach.
Right.
But,
oh well.
Yeah, nice spot though.
Might be worth a jaunt up at some point.
Will do.
Right, thanks very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe if you did. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe even.
Well, I was the one with the stamp.
And also go and check out the link that I'll put in the description for all the workshops I have coming up. I think we've got a few places left on Tuscany. We also have a few places left on Abruzzo for next year. This year, coming up in November, I have about 3 places left on Glencoe. So if you're interested in that, get on board really quick, because those places are going to close soon. Thanks very much for watching. Go and check out Andrew's channel.
Subscribe to me.
Go and watch.
Subscribe to him.
Watch his
You're
channel.
already subscribed to him. Subscribe to me. I have an ebook, not an ebook, a little zine out. Limited to 100 copies. There's a few copies left.
There you go.
It's not my usual ICM photography either. It's normal photography.
There you go.
Check it out.
Spot on. Go and check that out. And I'll see you on next week's video. Take care. Bye-bye.